There's a photograph circulating the internet right now of a kid, a 10-year-old boy, I believe, dressed in drag. And I saw this on I think it was the page was the Blaze. I'm not sure where where a lot of the information for the article came from. But as I was skimming through it, I saw a section of it that that stated that this article, where the material was obtained from, the article actually called out Ben Shapiro by name for his comments against parents who sexualize their children by putting them in drag clothing. And I think I was taken back really by the mother of, I guess his name is Nimis Melancon. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but his mother, Jessica, defended the practice. And I'm quoting a quote that they had here. And it says, this paragraph right here says, and this is the mother, "We would never try to overtly sexualize our child. But if he wears something that makes him feel beautiful, what right do we have to stop him from wearing that dress because it might make people think things they shouldn't be thinking? It's a circular problem." No, it's not a circular problem. You know, I think the fact that you know, when we talk about a child's rights, you know, a child is not an adult. And I don't know when parents are going to get that through their thick-ass heads, but a child's not an adult. There is a reason we don't let an 8-year-old drive. There is a reason that an 8-year-old is not in control of a silo of nuclear weapons. Kids are not adults. So even beyond the sexualization of a child with the whole dressing in drag thing, there's an even bigger problem than that. And the problem is giving control to little human beings that have been here all of but a minute. They haven't been here long enough to even have the cognitive skills to make the decision as to who they are. They're still forming that opinion. Why does this not make sense? Now, of course, there are parents that would say, okay, you're not a very progressive parent. No, I'm not an idiot. Progress does not mean outlandish things. Progress does not mean over-the-top expressions of being. At least that's not the definition of progress that I understand. So while many are outraged by the sexualization of this child, I'm outraged by the lack of parenting by this child's mother. You're exposing this young man to things that he doesn't readily understand yet. You're taking away his right to learn and grow in increments. Why is that not a problem? You know, I was looking online, even, you know, just skimming again, you know, and I saw another comment about, and one of the followers of Empirical Planet really hit the nail on the head. You know, anything, and I think I'm going to go to this real quick because he made an extremely valid point. I'm going to pull that up real quick. He made a valid point about being in opposition of things that were devoid of common sense makes you intolerant. Isn't that funny how when you're in opposition of something that is different, you are intolerant of progressive thought? Well, the definition of progressive thought has changed Just like the definition of racism has changed. And it's all been manipulated to fit a certain narrative. And anyone who subscribes to that narrative is not going to do a damn thing to change the fact that that isn't right. If intolerant means I want to raise my kid in a way that's been tried and true, as opposed to this experimental, let the kids raise themselves and give them all the freedom that an adult should have while they're a child, if that's the new idea, I'm intolerant for not agreeing with it. How does that work? Where's the toleration for my traditionalism? And how come there isn't the situation of it should work both ways? If I'm going to spend a lot of time understanding you and your progressive mental illness, why is it such a stretch to ask that you understand me and my traditionalist perspective? And here's the kicker. My traditionalist perspective actually yielded results that were tangible, positive, and produced people that were not committing suicide at the rate that this new and improved, more open and liberal mindset as far as raising kids it's producing better results than this current. So this quote said, much of what we see passing off as progress in this Facebook post, which I completely 100% agree with, much of what we see passing as progress is mental illness. It's sad. And those who point it out are labeled as intolerant. And I wonder at what point having ethics completely is going to be viewed as intolerant. Having morals and standards is going to be viewed as intolerant. At what point does it stop? Now, while this all sounds doom and gloom, and I was hoping that common sense would rear its head, I still have hope, even if it doesn't. And I have hope because what we've seen is that when there's these upheavals of ridiculousness, the world seems to follow suit with biology and it rights itself. Here's what I think will happen. I think logical people are going to get sick of talking and they're going to go back to doing, and they're going to let a segment of the world, albeit a large segment of our population, implode. Because everything that they're doing now is going to yield the results and the consequences of their prep work prior to the result. They will get to see what we've been trying to tell them through their children and through future events, facilitated by their progressive groundwork. We really don't have to talk anymore. All we have to do is get some popcorn, sit on the nearest, tallest hill, and watch the bonfire of the idiots take place. I think the day is coming when we need to stop wasting our breath on people that really do not understand the concept of common sense. Not common sense according to me, but common sense as common sense exists. The world will, and our society will right itself through the consequences that we will witness It may be 2 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. But rest assured, I think and I'm hoping that order will be restored. Followers of logic, pack your tents in. Let's go home and let's wait this one out. If you like our commentary here at Empirical Planet, be sure to smash that like button. Please drop any input if you have any. And we look forward to the next time. Take care.